Hello everyone, I'm here today to introduce the newest updates to the ISAE Attestation App. Wondering what's new? ISAE Attestation is our streamlined legal practitioner and property practitioner trust account assurance engagement. Let's take a look at what's new. We have added some features, made fixes and content updates. The general content also includes our new summaries. Here is some of the features we have added. New template. We have renamed the version field to template. When creating a file, you can now choose between our previous templates, 2023 and 2024, and the new template, latest. Components for firm authors. Components drive a universal visibility logic across the engagement. You can define components and organize them into categories relevant to your product, market, or region, such as industry types, entity types, and reporting frameworks. Firm authors can now create their own components and component categories in the firm template. Once you have created your own components, you can assign components to content in the firm template, including content created by caseware. As a firm author, navigate to your relevant template. Select the I information icon at the top. Select Settings. Within the Features menu, select Components. Add a category. Create a category name. We'll use type of entity. Add a component. We'll call this company. Give it an ID. In the eye icon, we will set the visibility. You can here select between show and hide. We'll use show. We can then also select between all and any. We'll use any. And in the add condition, you will then select one of these options. We'll use response condition. You will then select your documents. We'll use 101 entity firm information. Then you will select your procedure. We'll use type of entity. And we'll then select our answer, which is company. You will then select save. It is important to note that when this checkbox is selected, that if this component is assigned to content, this content will not show even if you select Show Hidden Items. You can close this dialog. To add a component, you will go into Edit for the specific document. Select the More Actions icon. Select Assign Components. Select the plus next to Components and select the component that was just created. You can then click Apply. Document numbering and alignment. The documents in the Document Manager has been reordered and renumbered for ease of use and to align with our other SE products. Bulk actions for documents. The Documents page now features the option to make changes to multiple documents at once. You can select multiple documents and then move, delete, or sign off on all of these documents with one click. In your Document Manager, select the More Actions icon. Toggle on the Bulk Actions. You will see next to each document a tick box will appear. Select multiple documents. You can move, sign off, or delete these documents with one click. Dynamic tables in letters. We have added a dynamic table option in the calculated versus manual tables in letters and reports. Dynamic tables calculate similar to the calculated tables, and they are completely customizable similar to manual tables. Dynamic tables has been pre-selected for you in Document 101 Entity Firm Information. In Document 101 Entity Firm Information, underneath Reporting Information, subheading Letters and Report Settings, We have pre-answered the should tables in reports be calculated, manual or dynamic tables, to be dynamic tables. Navigate to your report. Within your report, this dynamic table is customizable through the More Actions icon. Select More Actions. Select Edit Dynamic Table. Within this dialog, you change some settings. You can edit the rows and the columns and add more rows. After you have made all your customizations, you can select Save and Close. For more information on how to edit these dynamic tables, please refer to our community. Version control. Users can now save and compare previous versions of letters and reports to keep better track of what changes were made to the document and by whom. Each type of change is marked with a color: green for new content, orange for modified content, and red for removed content. In Letters and Reports, you can access the version control icon here. Select Show Version History. And as you can see, I've already saved a version. Please note who saved the version as well as what time. To save a new version, you can select the New button. In here, you can name the version and select Save. A new tab will open to say that a version has been created, and you can close this tab. I have already made amendments between version 1 and version 2. For you to compare these two versions, you can now select those two versions and click on Compare. Within the document, you will see there's a number of changes. First, green for added content, red for deleted content, and orange for modified content. In order for you to exit the comparison, you can just simply select Stop Comparison. To delete versions, you can select the Delete button. Link annotations to checklist procedures. Users can now link annotations to specific checklist procedures instead of the checklist document as a whole. Users can select a specific procedure after they select a checklist document from the link drop-down. They can expand and collapse groups and procedures with sub-procedures to find the procedure they're looking for. The selected procedure displays in blue. Navigate to the procedure where you want to add an annotation to. Select the Add Annotation icon. Select the purpose of this annotation. We'll use Comes From. Click on the link and select document you want to annotate to. We'll use 111 Engagement Evaluation. Select the procedure Cease Practicing. You'll see that it is highlighted in blue. Select Save, and the procedure has been annotated. When you click on this annotation, select Comes From 111 Engagement Evaluation. This will open up in a new browser tab and navigate to the annotated procedure. The following fixes were made. For General, we have aligned the 101 Entity Firm Information document between ISRS Agreed Upon and ISAE Attestation. For Queries, we fixed an issue where hashtag not answered hashtag were in one of the query questions, even though all questions were answered in document 101 Entity Firm Information. For general content changes, we've added summaries for the engagement partner to review and conclude whether the client is compliant with the laws and regulations. The location of these documents are in the 980 Final Deliverables folder. Divided into the relevant laws, the LPA Summary 983.1, the LPC Summary 983.2, and the PPA Summary 983.3, depending on the relevant trust accounts. Within these documents, The applicable responses in each of the respective documents will pull through per law or rule. Only responses that reflects exceptions or that is not completed will be visible. We have added an annotation to each response for you to easily access the procedure that reflects an exception or is not completed. You can click on the annotation and a new browser tab will open the specific document and navigate to the relevant procedure. The engagement partner will be required to conclude on whether there were any non-compliance with these laws and rules. The conclusion of each applicable work program will also reflect in the assurance obtained, documented in the relevant work program section. Lastly, a conclusion will populate taking into account the engagement partner conclusion as well as the applicable work program conclusions. And if at any point non-compliance is identified, there will be a prompt to reassess the audit opinion. In terms of the content for legal practitioners, the laws and regulations and standards relating to the engagements on legal practitioners' trust accounts had no significant changes affecting this release. In terms of the content for property practitioners, the laws and regulations and standards relating to the engagement partners on property practitioners had no significant changes affecting this release. Thank you for watching. For more information about these features, bug fixes, and content changes, please visit our release page.